Bum 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 bum, a clang lang lang, a ding along ding dong blue, blue, blue.
Hold up the cars, stop the traffic, get out the barricades. It's time for Mickey B's Jukebox Revue.
Rock and roll is here to stay, he'll never let it die. Right here on the radio, that's the reason why. It's Mickey for you and he'll go down in history.
You're with Mickey B, and you're on the Jukebox Review right here on Madhousetv.com. Of course, another Tuesday night from 8 o'clock to 9 as we play some of the great music of rock and roll history. Where were you when you were 12 years old? What year was it? For me, it was 1972, right, Paulie?
Right.
Yeah. No, it was about 1958. 1958, you weren't even born, Paul.
No, but it was a great year for music, though.
Great year for music. And Paulie, you're my historian of rock and roll music.
Not hysterian, historian.
But no, you're hysterical, and that's why you're hysterian. That's why I said it. No, my historian.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And you weren't even born, but you know a lot about this music
Yes,
because
I do.
you study this music.
Exactly.
You love the music.
I sure
You
do.
attend all the shows.
Yep.
I know that. I see you all the time there. But you talk about 1958, a great
Yes.
year for rock and roll. Something, you know what came out in 1958?
What's that?
The Sputnik.
Right.
What was
that? It was a satellite that orbited the Earth.
Uh-huh.
And it also was the same year that they shot Explorer 1 up into space, too.
They did. Yes, and it was the same year when I listened to songs like Little Anthony and the Imperials.
That's right.
With Tears on My Pillow.
And the Dan Lears at One Summer Night.
One Summer Night, and Trickle Trickle by
The
the
videos.
I
Little
love that
Star by
song.
the Elegance.
And it was a year when I used to wear a Paisley T-shirt.
Okay.
Remember those Paisley T-shirts?
Yes.
Right? And they had button-down collars.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a haircut that we called a flat top or Detroit. And at that time I had hair, which I could do that, you know. It was combed back on the sides, had that little flat top. We used to have, you know, of course, a little pompadour that
Right.
came down. But those were some of the other styles. that
Right,
they
right,
had
there was different
in
styles,
clothing,
right.
you know. When you talk about clothing in 1958, the chinos were around. The
Right.
Garrison belts the guys were wearing.
Right.
They had the T-shirts with a cigarette pack rolled up on the sleeve, right? They had the greasiest stuff in their hair. We had like stuff like Vaseline.
Brill Cream.
Brill Cream. Let me see, Wild Root Cream Oil. We had, what was some of the other ones there? You know, they had the Dixie Pomade, the Dixie
Yes,
Peach.
yes.
Guys used to wear that really back on the shows, you know. And there was another one, Vaseline Cream Oil, Wild Root, and one more, Brill Cream. A little
Right,
bit.
right.
You remember that?
Right, the Clark
Yeah.
promoted
Today you
that.
couldn't use it, you know.
No, I
it's
couldn't
broken.
use them like you, you know.
Yeah, everything's falling off. And you know, when you talk about flying things, there was fallout, and that's what happened to my hair.
Right.
All the fall, it fell out anyway. But anyway, what was doing in music those days?
Well, a lot was going on. You had all the grandfathers of rock and roll were really big in
Oh,
58.
man, everybody was out there.
But those you also had, remember, a lot of solo artists. The Teen Idol craze started around that time, too.
Yep.
And a lot of doo-wop groups.
Mm-hmm.
Also a lot of, that's when the female groups first started to show up on the charts.
Oh, yeah, the groups like, of course, the Chantels.
Right, and the Barbettes.
Barbettes
the
were right before them a
Cordettes.
little bit, like
Right.
1957, right?
The Cordettes. And remember, too, California, you had the Platters, the Coasters, the Hollywood Flames,
Yeah.
the Jacks. All
Oh,
those
some
groups
great
came out of
songs.
California, yeah.
Great songs. And in New York City, you had
Tons
places
of
like the
groups.
Brooklyn Paramount that was out there with Alan Freed.
Right,
Came into
hosted
New
all
York,
these shows, right.
And all those shows were going on. But you know what? You spoke about before about the grandfathers of
Yes.
rock and roll. Well, the number one guy was Elvis Presley.
Right.
He already got started from like 1956.
54.
About 54,
That's All Right,
yeah.
Mama,
That's
yeah.
All Right, Mama, and all those Express Train, but the Mystery Train.
Right,
But then he
right.
moved, but in 1958, he was having hit after hit after
After
hit.
hit.
I mean, songs like Don't Be Cruel and
Hound
Hound
Dog.
Dog and all those songs, right? But
Teddy
then you
Bear.
also had Little Richard, who started back about right in the mid-50s.
Right.
Playing his crazy
On
piano
Specialty
there.
Records.
Specialty Records, introduced by Lloyd Price to the label
Right,
at that time,
exactly.
right? But he had that, those hands were moving all over
Forget
the
about it,
place.
with
and
all the rings on his hands.
he
and
called
everything.
himself Mr. Rock and Roll at that
Right,
time.
the architect of rock.
Now,
and
you
roll.
also had another guy from New Orleans, Louisiana. He was called the Fat Man.
Right.
All right, Fats Antoine Domino. He was the guy that was playing that stroll.
Right, it's
right?
like more of a bluesy type of
Bluesy,
so to
New
say.
Orleans kind of sound. You also had Carl Perkins, who was
Right.
out at the time, because Carl Perkins was a guy who got started in Sun Records.
Right.
Wasn't one of the grandfathers of rock and roll, but
No.
he could be included in the mix.
Yes.
Bill Haley and the Comets.
Right.
He was a grandfather of rock and roll.
That was the country sound that they had Bill Haley and the Comets
Yep.
brought to rock and
Bill
roll.
Haley and the Comets, and of course, they were the grandfathers of rock and roll. So what I want to do right now
Yes.
is open up a show with a guy that came from Faraday, Louisiana.
Right.
He married his cousin
Right.
at a young age of about 13 years
something-
old.
yeah, something
He was in
crazy
England
like
at the
that.
time. They banned him. They banned him
Right.
all over the place
But
because of this.
before that, let's
Yeah.
talk about when he started out. He was discovered by Sam Phillips from Sun Records.
Mhm.
First song, huge #1 song right off the top, which is "Great Balls of Fire."
Love that sound.
Then followed up with a whole lot of shaking going on.
Tremendous song.
Then there was a movie that came out that was called High School Confidential, and this song here was in that movie, which is "Breathless," which is a great song. It was #7 on the charts.
Right.
And after "Breathless," the song "High School Confidential" came out.
Now, here's a clip that you're going to watch right now as Dick Clark introduces
And
him.
he's going to explain all what we just talked about.
And I want you to
actually.
watch the board. You know, he always had those 10 hits down,
Yep.
going down. Take a look at some of those names that are on the side. It brings back great memories. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are right now. Mr. Jerry Lee Lewis.
Earlier, when this man was on, you wanted him back again. Now, he had 1 million selling record. He had the second one with Great Balls of Fire. This is going to be the third. It came out this week. Once again, from Sun Records, Jerry Lee Lewis, Breathless.
If you're gonna love me, let's lean on me. If I can hold you, then it'll help me sweet. When my heart goes around and round, my love comes tumbling down. Restless star. Well, I shake all over and you know why. I'm so in love when it's no lie. Because when you call my name, I'm burning out with a flame. Have left me. Baby, what is that? You're much too much. I can't love you in the world and all right. The whole time. But when you do love me right. Oh, come on, baby, don't be shy. You love me for you and I. You don't know. I go pick up wherever you go. But you believe me. Restless star. Whoa, yeah. Woo. Oh, baby. Woo! Crazy. You're much too much. I can love you in the world. Well, come on, baby, don't be shy. You love me for you and I. Oh, when you don't know, I couldn't be wherever.
Thank you, Jerry. Thanks so very, very much. Gee, I don't know. It's the same trouble we have in the afternoon. The time runs away. But there is something very exciting I want to tell you about. I can't take enough time to tell you.
They called him the killer, Mr. Jerry Lee Lewis. How was that, huh?
Terrific.
They were great
Indeed.
piano players. I mean, you talk about Jerry Lee Lewis, Fats Domino, Little Richard. It's unbelievable.
There's
Unbelievable.
something very important about that clip, Mickey.
Yeah.
You know, generally on American Bandstand, everybody lip synced. But Jerry Lee Lewis and Fats Domino were the only two people that brought their own bands with them and played live on the show.
And that was live.
Yep.
On the TV
That
right
was
there.
not lip synced.
Absolutely.
You know, speaking of piano playing and this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
now, isn't it true when you grew up back in Queens that
Yeah.
used to play stickball out on the
Played
street,
all the
right?
time, all the time.
And didn't something happen to you? You got ran over by a car or
Oh,
something?
forget about it. You know what happened? I
happened?
fell down. I was running after the ball.
Right.
You know, we played in the street. So I was running after the ball, and all of a sudden I slipped, and a car went right over
Oh.
my fingers, yeah. So I had to go to the doctor. You know, my mother took me to the doctor.
Right.
So my mother asked the doctor, he said, Doc, will he ever be able to play piano again? He says, I don't see why not. Well, he said he never played before. So I don't know how that was going to happen, you know. But anyway, that was the story of my piano days. I never played. I played a couple chords, you know.
Right.
I was with Paul Simon. I always played that little, you know, 4-chord progressions, even on guitar. A little
Really?
4-chord, yeah, but not a lot.
Right,
You know,
right, I understand, yeah.
I should have really played, you know, more, you know, and that kind of stuff. What are we going to do? You can't do
Right,
everything,
no,
you know
you
what I mean,
can't.
Paulie, 58,
Yes.
a group from the West Coast,
Yes. Well, that's their name.
the Coasters.
The Coasters.
Coasters. What a great group.
Yes.
What a great group. You can't say enough about them because they did this show now called Smokey Joe's
Joe's
Cafe,
Cafe.
which was really designed after these guys.
Sure was.
Really got started as a group called the Robins.
Right. And then they kind of, you know, splintered off and became the Coasters. It was Bobby Nunn and Carl Gardner, Leon Hughes, and Billy Guy, the original Coasters.
Mm-hmm. Now, they were really the novelty act
Yes,
of
they were.
the whole entire industry. But also, the Cadillacs also did a lot of novelty. And they probably designed themselves after the Coasters, right?
But the difference was the Cadillacs did ballads too.
Yeah, they did more doo-wop.
Right. The Coasters never really got into the doo-wop sound. They stuck strictly
Yeah.
with the novelty stuff.
The only song that they really got close to the doo-wop was Strings of My Heart.
Sings with the Strings in
Yeah.
My Heart. Yeah,
That-
that's a
that-
great arrangement.
That
a
was a great
version of Sing
arrangement,
with the
yeah.
Strings
And a
in
lot
My
of groups
Heart.
did it afterwards.
Oh, tons of groups did
Lenny
it, yeah.
Coco did it.
Right, the Tramps did it.
Tramps did it as a disco song.
Right, exactly.
And Skyline is also
right, they sure did. Is that
Sing with the
Frank
Strings in My
Sinatra
Heart.
did the original version.
Yeah,
Judy
yeah.
Garland did it. The song goes
Yeah.
back a long, long way.
I mean,
yeah.
talk about Yakety Yak, you talk about Charlie Brown, Poison Ivy.
Love Potion number 9.
Love Potion
Along
number
Came
9.
Jones.
I used to love that one. Along
Along
Came
Came-
Jones, and then and the train was coming down.
Right, that was a great one.
And everyone was a hit. They were all hit
Yeah.
records. And
Again,
today, yeah.
Sorry, written by Lieber and Stoller. Every
yes,
song.
today the Coasters of today are right out here in the in Long Island,
Yes,
playing at the theater out there.
doing Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Yes, they're doing it now. And they were one of the highlighted groups, of course, like we said, in Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Right. I mean, of course, Carl Gardner, unfortunately, passed away, you
Yeah.
know, but his wife Vita continues the group, you
And
know.
Vita is a wonderful woman. They got a book out there, and Vita has a book out. And
Yes, and the group is going very, very strong.
yeah, pick up the books at, you know, you can look it up at Amazon.com.
Yes.
They probably have the Coasters book on there, right?
Also on Vita's website, theoriginalcoasters.com, too.
Yeah, that's great. Let's look at it now. You ready? You go back
This
to the
is Carl
classroom
Gardner and the Coasters from about 15 years ago.
with Yakety Yak. Don't talk back.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. You don't grab that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak.
Don't talk.
Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom. Yeah, that garbage out of sight. Or you don't go out Friday night. Yakety yak.
Don't talk.
You just put on your coat and hat and slip on down to the laundry mat. And when you finish doing that, drain that dog, put out the cat. Yakety yak.
Don't talk.
Don't you give me no dirty look. Your father's hip, he knows what cooks. Just tell your hooligan outside. You ain't got time to take no ride. Yakety yak.
Don't talk.
Yakety yak, yakety yak. Yakety yak, yakety yak. Yakety yak, yakety yak. Yakety yak. Woo-doo-doo-doo, skip-doo-doo-doo. Thank you.
Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back, 1958, the Atco record label, and what a great group, the Coasters.
Yes.
Right here On that clip, Paulie, of course, wasn't done because she had passed on, but Ronnie Bright was doing the bass.
Right, he was great.
And I had a chance to meet Ronnie Bright on an L-1011 plane coming back from Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
And I saw Ronnie, we were talking, he said, well, I was with the Valentines, and now I'm singing with the Coasters. And what was amazing about him, people don't realize, but that bass was the guy, boom, 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 boom,
right,
boom, boom,
Johnny
boom.
Cymbal, Mr.
Johnny
Bass
Cymbal,
Man.
Mr. Bassman. He's on that recording.
That's right. And by the way, Mickey, that song was the #1 song for a week.
Yeah, for a week. Yakety yak, don't talk back. Atco record label. It was
Yes.
a great label.
It was.
Bobby
Atlantic-
Darin was on there.
Right, it was
Part of
Atlantic Records, right.
Yep. A lot of great songs came off of that. Now we talk about, you know what we're going to do, Paul? I got to tell you what we do. Let's go to a little commercial. Because
Okay.
when I come back, I'm going to come back with one of the biggest voices of all time history, but he wasn't that big in height. He maybe
But in
stood,
voice and in stature.
yeah, he stood about 5'4". So we're going to come back with that after, okay?
Yep.
Let's go to a little commercial. Hang around. Don't go away. You're listening to Mickey B's Jukebox Review right here on MadhouseTV.com.
Hi, I'm Jay Nova, host of Rocket Inc. MC, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hogshair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry Parisi. Join me on the premiere of the Long Island Filmmaker Show, only on Madhouse TV, beginning Friday, August 22nd from 6 to 7 p.m. My guests, Tom and Vicky Mealy, Violet LeCarry, and Jacqueline DeSimone. It should be some show. See you then. Part
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this, you'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
You're with Mickey B right here on the Jukebox Review, MadhouseTV.com. Every Tuesday night, Paulie,
Yes.
we relive those great memories of rock and roll.
right.
1958 is the year again. People just tuned in. They missed a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but we're going to give them some more good
We got
stuff.
some more great songs, you know what I mean? So what else was doing in those days, 1958? Cars.
Yes.
Great
The
cars.
Etzel,
The Etzel.
Packard,
I loved the Bonneville when I was a kid.
Pontiac Bonneville,
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to, you know, it was Paddle Blues. They used to tell me about cars. I never was too interested in cars, except I knew about, they told me about skirts,
Right,
cams,
Fender skirts, right, exactly.
dual pipes, they used to say. to
Exactly,
me.
for the
All that
exhaust,
kind
right.
of stuff, yeah.
Continental spare tires.
And there's some great car clubs that are out there. All the guys,
lot of
every
them.
Friday night, the guys go to
Yes,
Belmore.
Suffolk County,
You got to check
too.
it out down here. Also, you talk about some of the things coming up on September the 13th. Mickey B's
Patchwork
Golden
Theater.
Oldies. We're going to be at Patchwork Theater with the Duprees. Coming back with the Duprees will be the Capri's with Moon Out Tonight. The Classics going to be there. A guy that we're bringing back again. We started him off at about 8 years old. Today he's about 18. Kid Kyle
still
joins us.
tremendous.
He's tremendous. And also, how about the Royalties? Who
Somebody
wears short shorts?
who you never get to see, somebody
You don't see
different.
them.
Yeah, they're great.
Who wears short shorts? And I got also Lala Brooks of the Crystals.
She's tremendous.
And she is fabulous. For tickets and information, 516-822-9612. 516-822-9612. Make sure you join us at the Patchwork Theater, September the 13th. Get your tickets now. Don't miss out. Paulie, what's the next clip we're going to talk about?
We're going to go to, how do you describe this guy? One of the most talented gentlemen in
Writers,
the business.
great writer, singer.
Great writer and great singer. He had both, and not only wrote songs for him, but so many songs for other people too. That's the
Yeah.
amazing thing about him.
Also wrote the Tonight Show theme for Johnny
right.
Carson.
Wrote My Wife with Frank Sinatra,
She's a lady for,
for Tom Jones.
Yep.
Plus a slew of his own hits.
Diana, right?
You Are My Destiny,
You're My
Lonely
Destiny.
Boy,
Put your head
Puppy
on my
Love.
shoulders, Puppy Love. Took a little trip to my hometown. He had so many hits.
He did.
One after another.
Diana.
Watch this clip with Paul Anka, back in the old days with You Are My Destiny. Boy, I'll tell you something. That was a weird
Wasn't
video,
it?
right? You got Paul Anka in there with a George Washington guy.
Right.
And not only that, but you got TV sets that are in a stove
Oh,
oven.
those
All the
psychedelic crazy
psychedelic,
stuff.
way in advance kind of stuff. Never saw that before.
No.
Right? Paul Anka, what a writer.
Oh,
Great
yeah, great
producer.
guy.
Yeah. And only brings me back to the days of Annette Funicello and Paul Anka.
Of course.
And Fabian and Bobby Rydell, like you mentioned, all these Teen
Teen Idols was 1958 was the big
Yeah,
thing, yeah,
yeah.
that whole Philadelphia thing.
That was really something, the Teen Idol thing. I mean, it was so big, you know?
Freddie Cannon was another one.
Yeah, yeah, but the girls went crazy over
They
Fabian.
did, I know.
I remember that. I remember being with a girl on the couch, you know? Came home from junior high school.
Uh-huh.
All she wanted to do was watch Fabian. I'm trying to kiss her on the cheek, and I can't ever get a kiss. She's looking at this guy with a looked like an ice cream cone on his hair. you know?
Right.
But he had some hair, that guy.
He
It's
did, he had
unbelievable.
big hair, yeah.
Yeah, he was great. Mr. Fabian Forte.
That's right.
Another guy, Frankie Avalon. He's out there today. The boys are bandstand.
Yep, they're very
and doing a
popular.
great job. Absolutely. Now,
Yes.
when we go to 58, we hit a girls group.
Yes.
They came from the Bronx, New York.
Right.
All right, named after a church.
Right.
Francis de Chantal.
St. Francis.
St. Francis?
de Chantal, yep.
De Chantal, right? And they call themselves the Chantels.
Yes.
Arlene Smith was on lead at that time.
Of course.
And of course, today there's another young lady who took over for
Amy
Arlene.
Ortiz.
Amy Ortiz, who does a fantastic job.
With three of the original ladies, Sonia Goring, Lois Powell, and A-.
And they're still traveling. They're
Yes,
still
they
on the
are.
road right now, and they're great. You got to catch them.
They
They're out
are
there
absolutely
great.
tremendous.
But they were one of the major groups of rock and roll history in the end of the 50s. And what we're going to see here is two songs
Right, this from PBS.
from PBS that they did together. It's I Love You So and Maybe. Here are the Chantels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. I never had a partner, but I used to dance by
Okay.
myself, you know. But that was the greatest 8-beat that you
Yes.
could ever dance to. Ba 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 ba
That was
ba
it.
ba ba ba. That was the sound. Paulie, that was the sound everybody wanted to dance with
Right.
the girl. Lights went down low, you danced nice and close to that, yeah.
I know you
Love
did.
that
Mickey.
sound.
Did
Love
you
that sound.
dance?
I always danced. Of course I danced. You know, one of the great songs that I love, you know, we talk about those teen idols.
Yeah.
Teen idols. We were speaking about Fabian, we were speaking about Bobby Rydell and all. This guy, now this is an amazing thing. Mr. Frankie Avalon.
Yes.
You know what he does?
What?
Goes into a studio on this song and winds up singing, holding his nose.
To get
That's
a
right.
funny sound. That was a novelty thing that
That's-
made him a hit.
That's what happened. That's what happened. So what we're going to do right now is go into the studio and watch Mr. Frankie Avalon doing that famous first hit record, right? Called Dee Dee Dinah, taking you back in time.
You remember a year ago, this fellow had made other records. This was the biggest one that he'd made up to that point. Put him on the map. For Frankie Avalon, this I think was his good luck song. A song called Dee Dee Dinah. Thanks, Frank, very much.
You know what I loved about that guy? If you watched him on it, he had those certain steps. He had that
He
shoulder
did.
move. He had that feeling. He got the groove. He had the groove.
sure did.
Not only that, he had the looks. He had the hair. He had everything, that guy. And you know what? When he went into the studio, like we said before,
Yep.
he sang that holding his nose. You know that.
And it gave him that
Yeah.
crazy sound. You also noticed, Mickey, in that song he mentioned the other girls from the time.
Yeah, Bonnie Maroney,
and
Peggy Sue, yeah, Dee Dee
combined.
Dinah.
Yep.
You know, I went into recording studio, right, with Paul
Right.
Simon at the time.
He held your nose, too?
I also held my nose when I was singing. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I had my shoes on. What else are you going to do? You can't do anything better, right? You know what we're going to do? Let's take a little break. When we come back, we got more sounds from 1958 with Paul Laurenti, the historian, Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll, Frankie D down in Florida. Hang in, don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy it.
I'm Dr. Janine Burns, and you're watching Madhouse TV.
We're back right here on the Mickey B Jukebox Review, another Tuesday night, 8 o'clock to 9 with Paul Laurenti, my historian. Paul, great night, right? Great night of thinking back to 58. You weren't even born. What year were you born?
76.
76. How do you know all this music? I mean,
But how to just acknowledge and talking to people and reading about it and stuff, and just, you know, the interest in it. I have the interest to
always
know
had
about
the interest.
it. Oh, yeah.
Your parents liked the music?
Yes.
And is that where it came from? Was it
Yes.
from your parents? Really? It was just tremendous to know all that kind of stuff.
Thank
Tell
you.
me about our next clip.
Okay, this is going back to the doo-wop side of things now. In 1958, there was an influx of a lot of Italian-American doo-wop groups.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the Under the Belmonts.
Right.
This is the second group to come along from Staten Island. The only group from Staten Island, which is Vita Pacoda and the Elegants.
Yeah.
This is their first song. It was the #1 song. They never had another hit after that, though. They had one huge hit, and that was it afterwards.
I love this song like Getting Dizzy.
Yes, me too. Yeah,
and,
with the Elegants.
what were some of the other ones? Blue?
A Little Boy Blue.
Little Boy Blue, great song.
Yes, they had
Right.
some other good records, yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of good songs. And they were influential, believe it or not, to Dion and the Belmonts.
Yes.
Dion said, if it wasn't for
Vita
Peter
Pacoda,
Pacoda, he
yeah,
wouldn't have had
okay.
that little curlicue in his voice.
Right.
He loved that song. So what we're going to do right now is go back to year 58, but this
clip is not from 58.
No, I know that, but the music
This
is.
clip is from about the mid-'80s. This is from a UGHA Ronnie I show.
Right.
This clip is from.
Well, the song recorded in 1958.
Of course.
On the Apt record label.
Right.
And it goes all the way to #1. When I was 12 years old, I heard it in the Catskill Mountains, and it sounded like this.
Where are you, little star? Where are you? Sing along with us for the 30th year. Everybody. Wish I may
I love that song, huh? Little
too.
Star. Where are you, Little Star? And you know where you got that from? From Mozart.
Yep, he sure did.
Imagine that. Twinkle, twinkle, and went to #1. The only group, like you said before, in the history of rock and roll, #1 from Staten Island.
That's right.
Did you say that before?
Yes, I did.
I knew you said that before. You know, I love here. I'm eating all these nuts up.
They're delicious.
Crazy, yeah, because we're nuts ourselves, right?
We are.
Yeah.
Now, staying within the tradition of Italian
Italian.
singers.
You know how to speak? I know how to speak Italian, even though I'm
Tell me
Jewish.
something. Yes, I
Yeah?
know.
You don't believe me?
No.
Veal
tell me
cutlet,
something.
Parmesan, pizza pie, calzones. How's that?
It's very good. But
Okay.
for dinner tonight, we had chicken cutlet parmesan
Chicken
for dinner
Parmesan.
tonight.
There you go. See, a little bit more Italian in there, right?
That's right. Now, very interesting, Mickey. This song was the #1 song of the year. It was #1 for like 16 weeks.
16 weeks at #1, and the guy's name was what?
Domenico Modugno.
Domenico de Mugno.
No, Modugno.
Modugno.
Right.
Modugno. Okay.
He was from Italy,
Uh-huh.
Naples, and he recorded the song Volare, which meant to fly,
Right.
and he debuted it on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Unbelievable, huh? You ready to listen to this?
Yes, I am.
And of course, Bobby Rydell did it over.
Right, and so did Dean
And
Martin.
They also had big hits with the same
They
song.
did, yes.
See, but nobody had a #1 song with Hava Nagila.
That's right.
Never happened yet. But anyway, here he is. Domenico Modugno.
Domenico Modugno. So let's bring him on. My paesano.
Thank you very much. Penso che un sogno così non ritorni mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e incominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, e volavo, volavo, felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Ma tutti i sogni nell'alba svaniscono perché quando tramonta la luna li porta con sé. Ma io continuo a sognare negli occhi tuoi belli, che sono blu come un cielo trapunto di stelle. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù, e continuo a volare felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre mentre il mondo pian piano scompare negli occhi tuoi blu. La tua voce è una musica dolce che suona per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù. Degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù con te.
Looked like Ed Sullivan wanted to choke him there. For some they got some applause, you know?
He was very excited, yeah.
What does that mean? No blue, de pinto, de blue. I don't know what, let's fly away or something
It's something
like that?
about the birds and flying away. That much I do
Is that what it
know,
was? Yeah. I love that song. Great
Beautiful song, yeah.
Who'd ever think a song like that would be #1 in the United States?
It's amazing. And to be such a huge record for the whole year, that's amazing. Who
Just really
knows
tremendous.
what it was about
Just
the song?
tremendous.
Yep.
You know what we're going to do, Paulie, now? It's time for us, for that commercial message once again.
Yes.
When we come back, more songs from 1958, right here with Mickey B., the Prince of Rock and Roll, 247 pounds of lightning steel. We shall return.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your #1 resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the #1 supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
I'm Paul.
I'm Annie, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
From Barton Home in Northport Village, I'm Erica Conway, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
We're back right here in the Mickey B. Jukebox Review on MadhouseTV.com, featuring the year of 1958.
What a good song, Mickey.
Great songs. What about baseball? Yankees and Dodgers.
That was it?
Always were playing. There was a sad note that happened.
Yes.
The catcher for,
Campanella.
that's right, Campanella wound up in a car accident, wound up paralyzed
Posting
that
his
time.
career, yeah.
One of the greatest catchers in baseball history. You talk about those catchers, Yogi Berra, Campanella, Johnny Bench.
Right.
All right. And Paul Campy, he was a great guy. He really hurt bad, not only that way, but mentally as well from that car accident. Yeah. Baseball, football, Yankees, Mets. There was no Mets at that time.
No, sure
That's
wasn't.
right. Mets had to come in the 60s.
Right.
Imagine there was no Mets,
I mean,
but you had the
right?
Dodgers. You
Right,
had the Dodgers.
the greatest team
Anyway,
ever.
Paulie, One of the groups that probably was recognized as it wasn't a doo-wop group, but it was one of the greatest groups of rock and roll history.
They
was a
really
group called the Platters.
personified the 1950s.
They were the sound. Everybody said, Tony Williams of the Platters, best voice in the business. And of course, they did so many songs like Only You,
The Great Pretender,
My Prayer,
Harbor Lights.
Harbor Lights. And this
Smoke Gets
clip,
in Your Eyes.
Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, I love that sound.
Me
And
too.
this clip that's coming up is another great song. Tell us about the song.
Well, before I get to the song, I just want to elaborate on the group a little bit more.
Okay.
First of all, they were one of the first groups to cross over from adults to kids. Both adults and kids like the music of the Platters.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Williams was one of the greatest voices of the 20th century. There'll never be another voice like him that could sing the way he did.
Yeah. And the song that we're going to hear right now?
One of my favorite songs by the Platters, which was the #1 song in 1958, which was Twilight Time.
And it was Heavenly Shades of Night Are Falling, right here with you.
The people you're about to see record for Mercury Records. They've sold over 17 million records. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Platters.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time. Out of the mist, your voice is calling. It's twilight time. When purple colored curtains mark the end of day, I'll hear you, my dear, at twilight time. Deepening shadows gather splendor as day is done. Fingers of night will soon surrender the setting sun. I count the moments, darling, till you're here with me. Together at last at twilight time. Afterglow of day, we keep our rendezvous beneath the blue. Hey, in the same and sweet old way, I fall in love again as I did then. Deep in the dark, your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. Each day I pray for evening just to be with you. Together at last at twilight time. In the afterglow of day, we keep our rendezvous beneath the blue. In the sweet and same way, I fall in love again as I did then. Deep in the dark, your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. Each day I pray for evening just to be with you. Together at last at twilight time. Together at last at twilight time.
Hi, gang. Nice to see you again. Herbie, welcome aboard. You know, I think one of the nicest things that's ever happened to this group happened not too long ago. This thing about you're going to Europe. What's the story?
We're going to appear at the World's Fair in Brussels, Belgium.
How'd you get the invitation?
The Brussels Fair consul invited us.
Ah, Paulie, I love that sound. Heavenly
Isn't that
Shades
great,
of Night.
Mickey?
I think we left that one song they did before, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
Yes.
Another big #1 hit record.
Yep.
There was nobody like the Platters. I mean,
Nope.
consisting of course, Tony Williams. The lady was Zola Taylor. She was
Yes.
married to
To
Frankie Lyman,
Then
one of the
you-
3 wives.
Yes. Then you had David Lynch,
Right?
Paul Williams, Paul Roby,
Yep.
and Herb Reed.
Herb
And
Reed.
also, you know, they were the most popular group of the 1950s.
Yep. And Herb Reed's voice was always
It was a
dynamic.
great
Yeah.
bottom bass note that he held the foundation of the harmony. Great sound they had. Very unique sound.
Just fantastic. You know what we're going to do right now? I Want to Rock It with the
Yes.
grandfather of rock and roll himself. We spoke about him before.
We did.
Came from San Jose, California. Came out of course, Missouri. Was on the
Missouri.
Chess record label. They called him Mr. Chuck Anderson Berry. Chuck Berry and that famous duck walk.
Yep, that was
Yeah.
it.
Just amazing. I do the same kind of duck walk.
Do you really?
Oh, every night when I have to go to the men's room. Yeah, I got that same thing going on. But you talk about Chuck Berry with all these hits.
Maybelline.
Oh Carol, right?
Not Neil Sedaka or Carol.
No, not the other Carol. What's the Carol he did? I forgot it. What it is? What Carol?
I know the song you're talking
Maybelline
about,
and
though.
how about the one for the Beach Boys?
Ride Along on My Automobile, he did.
Right along, but the Beach Boys song, Be True to Your School.
Be True to Your School,
Same
he
kind of
did
sound. It
also.
was, yeah, he did them all. Chuck Berry was the grandfather of rock.
Sure
and roll.
was.
So, Paul, did you enjoy reliving the memories of
great.
1958 when you weren't even born, but you
Right,
know
but
this
I
music?
enjoyed it anyway, so there you
So
go,
did I. I
right?
love this sound. You know what, Paulie?
What?
There's only one thing I can say.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time.
I'll tell you, time goes by.
Does it? What?
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, I really must